It's the case of you didn't copy that.
Liza Peterson, you are suing Steve Kaufman for $400 that you say you paid him to edit your book, and he, according to you, kind of gave up in the middle.
Yes.
Tell me what happened.
I reached out to my content editor to help me find a copy editor, which Steve Kaufman claims to be.
Okay. And this is because you're writing a book on?
I'm writing a book, Love and Survival, Teaching Incarcerated Kids. It's a memoir of my experience teaching at Rikers Island adolescent boys. And
tell me about what you teach.
I teach creative writing and poetry to incarcerated adolescent boys at Rikers Island.
How long were you doing that?
I've been doing it since 1998.
Okay. They have a juvenile facility at Rikers?
They do.
I didn't even know that.
They do.
All right. Learn something new every day.
Yes.
All right, so go on.
And so I contracted Mr. Kaufman on the 9th to edit the book, edit the memoir. We agreed upon the price. There was
what was the price?
$400.
And for that, he was going to do what?
And for that, he was going to do the copy editing. That would be grammatical corrections, grammar, punctuation, paragraphing, and to also, make sure that there's continuity. And I also have an email stating what I needed to be done.
Okay, can I see the email? Can I see the email?
Of course, absolutely.
Thank you.
Sentence structure development, grammar punctuation, correct formatting and spacing, chronological accuracy.
And
what happened?
And so I sent him the manuscript, and he looked it over. He said he needed more time. I said, I'm not worried about the time. I just want it to be done thoroughly. And at which point I gave him more time, and then he said he was finished with it. So he sent me the manuscript. At that point, I was going out of town because I was in tech rehearsal for a play, because I'm also a playwright and actress. So I told him I'm going to need more time to look at to review the edits. And so I wouldn't be able to pay him right away. I need some time. So I took some time.
How much time did you need?
About 2 to 3 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Before you paid him the other part?
Right. But I did not wait 2 to 3 weeks to pay him the other part.
Right.
So because
you shouldn't take 2 to 3 weeks.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. It's a 200-something page book. It's your book. Read it. Read his edits and either pay the guy or don't. But
Exactly.
What you did was you read 90 pages.
Yeah, I read about. When I got to about page 60 or 70.
I mean, when we say read, you're not rereading the book you wrote. You're just looking at his edits. I mean, I did that, and it took me 15 minutes to look through the 90 pages of edits. So I don't understand why you didn't look at everything. See, because what you did was you ended up paying him the full amount.
That's exactly
And then after you paid him the full amount,
I looked and saw.
you looked to see if the job was done, and then you felt it wasn't, and then you've asked him, what, for money back?
Yes,
All of it?
Yes, and I didn't know that to get another copy editor to complete what he did, they can't pick up where he left off. They have to start again, so I have to pay them in full.
All right, so talk to me. What's going on?
I was told that what I was going to receive was a memoir, a book, and I asked Ms. Peterson on the telephone before we received the book, when I understood what the subject matter was, if there were any issues related to dialect or accent in the book. When she explained the setting to me, I was thinking that there may be, perhaps with students from different countries, Latino particularly. I was wondering if there was going to be Spanish in the book, and I asked about dialect. And Ms. Peterson's response was there not at all, with one exception. She said, I like to use, my characters will say, I'm a, instead of I'm going to, and I want to stick with that. And I said, is there anything else? And she said, no. When I got the book is replete with phonetically and inconsistently spelled dialect of non-standard English.
What do you mean?
Well, it's like in a play, it's written the way, it's written to mimic the accent and the exact syllables or spelling that someone would speak. Now, you could do this would be really impossible to copy edit whether it was in French, since I don't speak French, or if it was in Italian. It's either English,
or as you say in your answer to the complaint, in Ebonics.
That
was the word you used in your answer to the complaint.
The problem is
right?
Ebonics in phonetics. In other words, the issue is not Characters speak many ways. Characters don't speak in the King's English, but it is impossible. First of all, it was a breach of contract on Ms. Peterson's part to absolutely flatly say no when I asked in advance if there was an issue of this type. And it is replete with characters who become caricatures because of the constant use of the phonetic spelling.
Are you under some impression that she wants you to re-edit her character's dialogue to the King's English? Because I can't imagine that's what she wants.
No, Your Honor.
How is it you feel he didn't do his job? Tell me.
Well, not only did he not do his job, Your Honor, but when I sent him the manuscript on the 16th, on the 20th, he emailed me and said he had began doing the edits. He needed more time. So at that point, if he thought it was beneath him and it was too much Ebonics, then at what point did he say, you know what, I'm not able to do this job. I don't want to do it. No, he said that he wanted to complete doing the job. And so when we get all the way now into November is when, at the November 8th, is when I had started reading some of the edits. So as I'm going through and I'm going, wait a minute, the edits have significantly stopped. And when I got to about page 144, not only did the edit stop, but the paragraphing, the spacing, how you space paragraphs and how you separate dialogue from the actual paragraph completely stopped. And when I emailed him and I said,
can I see that email?
Yes.
You are a crook, she says. You were quick to take my money even though you knew the edits were not complete, and you never at any point looked at the manuscript and said it was out of your scope, time, or money. You took my money and did not complete the work. Your opinion of my manuscript means nothing. I didn't pay you for your opinion. I paid you to copy edit. And if it was so beneath you, you should have had the integrity to refuse the job and not make the money. But you did neither. Because you are a thief, I will see you in court. Okay, those last sentences were very powerful to me. Because no one is saying, hey, he didn't correct my character's English into the King's English, and that's your concern. What she wanted was the copy edited. She wanted the spacing, the paragraphing, this stuff like that, and she wanted at least for you to finish that stuff, because at some point it looks like you stopped doing it. And you admit that you stopped doing it. In your emails to her and in your answer to the complaint, you say, look, at some point I looked at this and this was ridiculous. I had put in all these hours and I was duped into believing it was something that it's not. It needed more work than what they're paying me for.
I stopped doing line editing. The copy editing feature was done throughout, with the exception of I would not do...
But your agreement was to do line editing, right?
No.
Will the judge throw the book at the defendant to the tune of $400? The Million Rules next.
For free tickets to be part
here, read books. How many people here read books? Why is this side of the room so unrepresented? With television and everything else, do you read fewer books than you did 5 years ago?
Yeah, but I think part of that has to do with going into high school and having a lot of things going on other than that.
Fair point. Do you read books?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you read as much as you did, say, 5 years ago?
I read a lot on my iPhone, so probably not.
Okay, good. Oh. Well, I mean, good that you read on your iPhone. Going inside the courtroom.
The agreement, Your Honor, in our final conversation was to focus on format.
Mr. Kaufman, I disagree fundamentally with the concept that she breached the agreement rather than you. I think that you breached the agreement. And the real problem with it is it's exactly like she says in her last email to you. You took the job, you took my money, and then you admittedly didn't keep doing the job that we both envisioned you would be doing. And she's right. The problem is, who does she get now? Nobody's going to just pick up where you left off or, you know, I mean, this is a problem. I'm ordering you to return the entire $400 verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
Well, the defendant has just been told that he must return the money here. Step, turn around this way and tell me what's your reaction to the outcome here.
It's a contract case. These are very difficult. And editorial process is not fully understood or easy to explain in the courtroom.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have to do some job. I mean, you took the job. You didn't finish it.
I gave the author 40 hours of work on a job that was not what I agreed to do. And
maybe those 40 hours were spent on the kind of the wrong thing.
The judge has made her decision. It's done. What's done is done.
Okay. Right this way.
Sir?
That's right. And you won.
Yes,
did.
All right, you satisfied how this comes
I'm
out
very
here?
satisfied,
Uh-huh.
yes.
How did it go wrong? What is he talking about?
Well, it went wrong because he agreed to do a job and got halfway through it and got lazy
Well,
and
what was he
stopped.
doing for those 40 hours? He says he put 40 hours in. Doing what?
I don't know. I have no idea. But my point is if you felt that you needed more money or you felt that it was too much time, then communicate that. And it was never communicated. He sent back the manuscript saying it was completed. It was not. I sent him the money before I did read the manuscript, which was my mistake. But I hope that he learned a lesson in integrity.
Okay.